welcome back to the Lottura Podcast. We took a little break, but we're back. It's spring. I think last time we talked, it was still dead of winter, wasn't it?
I think it was spring was budding.
It was on, we were on
It's
the,
just April we've been off.
that's true. March to me feels like winter.
Yeah, it was much more winter there for you than
Yeah.
it was
Yeah.
here.
Yeah. So what have you been up to in your beautiful Tennessee spring?
Oh, living outside.
Mm.
I am hardly inside my house and it's wonderful. Lots of walking. Got my garden boxes planted over the weekend, got some flowers, got to, get some dirt, so that was
Yeah.
that was good.
Love it.
We went to Florida to see family, got to go to the beach. So that was really refreshing, lovely. And I think it's supposed to storm here tonight.
I love a spring storm.
Love a
Ah,
spring storm. Hopefully no tornadoes
yeah.
in the dead of the night. But yeah, what have you been up to? How's your garden?
Oh my gosh. I've always wanted to be like one of those people that's like, I can do everything by myself. No, my husband has had to help me a lot. I'm always like, hey, honey, can you do this? Can you do this? But frankly, he's just much more efficient. So we had to haul a ton of dirt, a ton of compost. We don't want to pay for anything because we're cheap. So we're like going to the dump and like getting logs to cut for just different things. And we got a fence and we put the fence in. It's so stinking cute. So we have an apple tree that like kind of hangs over it. It's so cute. Yesterday we planted our tomatoes, which is early for our zone, and we're just kind of crossing my fingers. And if we need to, we'll cover them up with a blanket. But he helped me with that. I had an idea, I had this whole idea and I did it. And he's like, what if we just did this? And I'm like, no, this is my idea. And he's like, okay, okay, whatever. And then came back later and he's like, I really think we should just try this. Turns out his idea was way better. Um, they were all tied up, trellised up, and so that they can grow up instead of just kind of like flop. I'm getting way into the weeds about my garden.
Into the
I just,
weeds.
no pun intended. But I've loved it. I've loved having more space. And something that just was like serendipitous, I've been learning about cleavers. It's an herb and like how good it is for the spring and clearing lymph. And yesterday, my dog was sitting under a tree eating some herbs, and I'm like, or eating what looked like weeds. And I walked over there, and it was cleavers. And I was like, "Ah, this just feels so serendipitous." So harvested some, and now they're stewing in some water.
Nice. I might have
But yeah,
to look into that. That's
yeah,
interesting.
yeah. It was just, I had also never heard of them until literally very recently. So then to just have them pop up, I don't know, it was fun.
Yeah.
Very-
Huh.
Yeah,
Cool.
but but yeah, today we're gonna get into some more behind the scenes of the paper. We haven't done that for a while. And in the last, I don't know, month or so, we've had some shifts. I won't say changes, like nothing's really changed, but we've honed in more what we are doing at the Post.
We've learned and now we are applying.
Yes. We're becoming more of who we are and we're always meant to be. And part of that is really putting ourselves out there as a publication, which differs a lot from just a platform. Do you want to touch on that?
I mean, that's what social media is. It's a platform. It's a place where people can just put whatever they want out there. Anybody can come and consume it, step away. It's all kind of up to the decision of the one putting it out there. Everyone's just responsible kind of for themselves. And obviously, social media has done well for a reason. Lots of people are utilizing it in like really, really positive, great ways. I mean, people are making careers out of it. Um, but as like a printed media, I think what is most tried and true to print media is the nature of being a publication, which is different than a platform just in that it's not like anyone can put, there's just like a little bit more guiding and a little more structure to it. And there's reason for that. And we can get into some of those reasons, but just as we were kind of navigating and reflecting on our first months, we kind of realized we were probably acting more like a platform, loosely so. I mean, there were probably some aspects of publication, in there, but it was a lot of just kind of putting things in the paper as we received them. And we just felt like to be to reach the quality and the high standards we have for ourselves, we needed to bring in structure because I mean, yeah, structure is not a bad thing. I mean, if there's no structure, things just go haywire. I mean, you have to have some structure for there to be like really sustainable growth.
Yeah. And we've done a lot more heavy editing so that we can, because at first we were just kind of proofreading, doing more of like grammatical
Mhm.
editing, and now we're doing editing that's like, hey, can you make this point stronger? Can you go this direction with this little
Mhm.
piece? Can you do that? Yeah. And so
Yeah.
that our team here at the Post is, yeah, like you said,
Yeah, I think
guiding
that's just
the,
I mean, that's like a really huge, I mean, that's a huge part of what being a publication is. And I think we really need to dive into that
Mhm.
is the point of editing and like what is that? Because some people are like, oh, well, will you like twist my words or will you take this out of context or will you um like not let me speak my thoughts or opinions or whatever. And that's not, I mean, I guess someone could do that, but
Mhm.
that's not like at all what we are doing. I mean, how we view it is if someone's just left to their own whims, they can do wonderful, beautiful things. But like we talk about so much, the importance of community and friendship and togetherness is growing together. And we're essentially just bringing that concept into our writing where we are challenging ourselves all to be better writers. And like if anyone's written a very dedicated piece, whether like for something specific or just for your own enjoyment, you know that when you get in the bubble, you can kind of like almost have blinders on and just get on a track. And so to have outside opinion looking in and being like, oh, what if you brought in this idea? And then you're like, oh yeah, like that would make it so much better. But you wouldn't have thought of that if no one had told you.
Mhm.
Um, and the more and more issues we're putting out, we are learning what feels true to us as Lottura and what our readers are enjoying and loving. And so we want to get like the best work possible in front of our readers for their sake, but also for our writers' sake, because we want them to thrive and put out really, really, really good work.
Yeah, and I think that ties back into we always talk about we want to go deep. And I think, let's use your braiding hair example. You just wrote a piece, it'll be out in the coming months, but your braid reminded me of it. Um, you wrote the piece, I was editing it as a first round, and it was great. Like I loved it. But to go deeper, it was like, hey, can you just add in a transition sentence or whatever so that it like
Yeah, and you said
um
add a transition sentence, and I ended up adding two whole paragraphs, and they were
yes.
like some of my favorite of the piece then.
Yes, yes. And so it was that going deeper, it's not always about adding more facts or whatever. It was that just I feel like working together and helping you bring out even more of what you had in
Mhm.
you. I loved editing it because I felt so honored that like you're like, hey, can you look at this? Um, and then I was watching you like add in your things, and I was like, yes, I love that. So I love the piece. But yeah, just like I think going deeper, working together,
Mhm.
and hopefully that'll come out in all of our pieces.
Mhm. Yeah, and there's another huge, to transition that then, a huge part of making that happen is working. The more you work with somebody, the more you and I work together, the more you and I learn what our strengths are, what our interests are, to be like, oh, what if you talked more about this? But I can say that because I know you would like talking about that. Like the
Hmm.
more you develop the relationship, the better you can guide the editing and keep it more true to the writer. And with that in mind, we are shifting how we're handling our writing team within the paper. As we have been doing it is a couple of gals on our team, primarily Renee, Eileen, and Olivia, have been writing, and then we'll bring in quite a few guest writers, um, is what we have been doing. And I mean, love the issues, love how they turned out. People have loved them, clearly. It was just a lot more to maintain for us. It was a lot more emailing, communication, and we hadn't like developed relationships to be able to like give critiques to the best of our abilities. And so we wanted to be really sensitive towards that and yeah, just like put a few more blocks, a few more difficulties than specifically like on our own team.
Hmm.
Um, then were necessary in a sense because we're like, oh, like we have a very solid team of writers within our team. Let's focus more within who we have, which is where you and I are going to be starting to write more,
Hmm.
which is a big thing, I think, for both of us,
Yeah.
just getting
And editing more,
confidence.
which
Yeah.
and going back to like us working with each other too, we like share all of our documents and I see all of your edits that you make. And it's funny, there was one article recently that you had made comments on, and you're like, hey, can you go in and make any comments that you would make? And I looked at your comments and I was like, those were great. I wouldn't, it's exactly like perfect. I don't need to make any. And so it's been fun to see us taking on more of the, I don't know what I'm trying to say. We were holding ourselves back. We were
Yeah.
allowing ourselves to use our
Yeah.
specific interests and gifts, and that's been fun.
I think I've like, to go into a personal reflection moment, I'll just say I've learned a lot about myself through this. I could ha probably have a whole episode about what I've learned just about myself through this, but no one needs to know, wants to know. But one really fascinating thing is, I like just like some background on me. Like I went to public school, was bored out of my mind. I was good at school. I did well. I was really good at like English, reading type of stuff. So that was like my, public school experience. And then I didn't go to college. I have no credentials on paper.
Yeah.
Um, and I think sometimes I let that get in my head of like, am I actually good enough at doing this versus someone who's maybe had a little more whatever, but I've been feeling like I've been holding myself back because if I let myself confidently go into a piece to edit it, I'm actually really proud with what I did by the end of it. And I'm like, oh, I do have the skills. I've just developed them in different ways.
Hmm.
And so it's been fun to, yeah, just gain a little more confidence in myself. And, the it's like when you like the more you practice a muscle, the stronger it gets. And I think I've been letting that muscle get kind of weak. And now that I'm getting back into it, I'm like, oh, this clicks for me. This makes sense for me. This is how my brain works. And I'm like, I can do good at this. I can do a very good
Yeah.
job. And telling myself to have confidence. It's, yeah, been a huge,
Yeah.
uh, yeah,
I also want to add to that, you, I think, have gotten so good at the editing aspect because one, you know what you're asking of your writers. You know where you want the pieces to go. You know what you want the whole paper to look like. And two, you're really good at developing the relationship with each writer. And so it's like you know what comments are going to elicit out of them. You know, like, okay, if I say this, I like it's like and I don't mean that in a manipulative way. It's like a very, you've developed these relationships very intentionally to get the most out of your writers. And I think that's incredible. Like that's what makes the paper so good. And that is why we had to shift and why we wanted to shift because yeah, like you said, you couldn't develop relationships with every single person that was contributing to the paper.
Hmm.
It was too much. That's just no person can handle
Yeah,
that
my
many.
emotional capacity was like through the roof. I
Yeah.
was like, I have also, yeah, one of the other things I've learned is I've always known I'm more highly empathetic, relational. But being like a boss and I'm like, wow, I put too much, not too much. I put a lot of myself into it and I'm realizing that there's limits and I was reaching those limits and I was like, for my family's sake, for my own emotional well-being,
Yeah.
we need to adjust some things because I can't maintain 100 relationships at a time.
Yeah. But the ones that you've now developed with our recurring writers, yeah, you just get the best out of them um I'm just gonna keep going with like my praise for you because I've been wanting
Oh,
to do this for a while actually.
sweet.
I just don't get on Instagram anymore and so I'm gonna do it here. We are about to put out our best work. And not just like our best work, but Kristine's best work. And I think everyone should buy it because it's beautiful and like it's not just the writing or the design, it's how it all works together and how the images that she selects go with the writing to give it layers of meaning and like the little sketches and drawings and where they're placed. Like I cry every time that you send me an issue because I'm like, it's so good. Like the ways I think if people really sit with it, they'll see the different layers and meaning and the poem, like it's very artistic. Shout out to you. You do so good, and we're about to put out truly, I think, our best work, with even more better work on the horizon. And so that is my, if you're just intrigued by what we're doing, like order May, June, July, because I think you'll
Hmm.
be very pleasantly surprised, not surprised, maybe, but
Just
you'll
very
like what you
pleased.
see. Yeah, like you're gonna like what you see. So,
Yeah.
okay.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
That's very kind. It has been, yeah, the like I feel like May's issue it feels kind of like the entrance into kind of the quote new us, the adjusted us. We did have that's the first issue where we started doing heavier editing.
Hmm.
Um, and turned out beautifully. July's we're wrapping up right now. June's printed last week. Beautiful. I just so proud of us. We are like, yeah, I mean, I'm just proud that we're taking what we've learned, reflecting on it, and bettering ourselves. And it's like showing itself. Like you said, it just feels like this puzzle. And it was
Hmm.
like we have these ideas. How can we bring it together to feel just these beautiful harmonies, these layers of themes and concepts and art. And I'm so proud of it. So proud of it. So yeah, June, July,
Yeah,
they're a treat. So
they are. They're beautiful. The art. Oh, I
yeah,
can't
we're
wait.
we're really starting to get you excited. We're starting to lean a lot more into the art. Really starting with the June issue.
Hmm.
A lot heavier on art, which is just so fun. A lot of some public domain stuff, but then also some stuff that our artist Kaylin has done. We're starting to have our featured artists put in a little bit more. And yeah, it's so fun. Where I'm definitely in like I mean, I've been working on July the last couple of weeks, so I'm in like high summer
Yeah.
mindset.
Yeah, me too. I look at my garden and I'm like, why aren't you like
Right.
full?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's not even May
Like
yet.
I need a good lake day, and I'm like, oh, the water's probably cold.
Freezing. Yeah. Oh, we do talk about that a lot, how it's kind of hard to, maybe not even hard, but you just are always kind of in two places, which,
Yeah, you are. Okay, to go back though, I feel like we made a comment about recurring writers.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
We should come back around to that
yeah.
because based on all of that and just the foundation of the best, we believe we can put forth the best work when it's based on relationships. We felt that, for one, we're relying more on our own team for writing. We also don't want to overextend ourselves. And we also know that I think each of us kind of have our own niche a little bit, but like there's more. And so, how can we bring variety and interest to each issue? And we felt like the best route was to kind of have like a line of recurring writers who are not part of our team, but we do work with them very closely. And they've kind of let us know, hey, I want to write this often. Most of them are monthly, monthly or bi-monthly, and bi-monthly, every other month. Um, and yeah, so you'll start to see a couple of those names more often, and that will just give a little bit more variety to our issues. Right now, we have four ladies who are recurring writers. And yeah, that's a new thing. So, should we
Hmm.
talk about each of them a little bit? Just a
Sure.
tidbit?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we have, so the one you'll most recognize who she's been writing since our November issue
Yeah.
is Noelle Covery. Um, Go hit her up on Instagram. I believe it's just at Noelle Covery. She's a delight and full of knowledge,
Hmm.
an absolute wealth of knowledge. Um,
Yes.
and she's particularly focusing on physical, mental health and wellness, some motherhood thing.
Physiology.
Occasionally, kind of some motherhood
Yeah.
things. She's a mother of four. Um, yeah, lives a very like active, healthy outdoor lifestyle, and just has a lot to bring to the table. So she'll be writing, you'll be continuing to see her face, her words,
Her name.
her name. And then we have debuting in our May issue, which as we're releasing this, you might have in hand, you might be waiting on it. But we have two gals debuting in our May issue who we are thrilled to be continuing to work with. We have Haley McDonnell in England, and she lives in a historic English cottage. Um, and she's kind of writing out of her experience of maintaining and restoring. I believe it was built in the 1500s.
Dang.
I got to go on a Zoom call with her the other week, and she was showing me the property, and oh, so much fun. I was like, we need to take a trip.
Yeah, I was gonna say we're coming to
Like,
visit
let's go
soon.
see you, Haley. So she'll be writing like slow living, living out of your home in perspective of history and living with intention. I mean, the home they live in, they can't do anything to unless it's been approved by a certain board. So she will bring some really, really fascinating perspectives, and we're thrilled to have her. And then we have also debuting in the May issue is Heather Dixon, and she is I like I wish I lived closer to you because she's so cool.
Yeah, so cool. Like the ideas that she just rattled off, I'm like, I want to be
Yeah,
your
she's like, here's
friend.
a list of my ideas. I'm like, can we do every single
Yeah.
one? If I am sorry if I say this wrong, but I'm pretty sure her degrees are in like librarianship and archival management and stuff like that. I mean, she's super cool. And she was telling me how so she lives in Massachusetts where that's some of the richest history of the US is there, and she was talking about how she's wanting to start going into some different facilities to start doing to like access archives and start doing her research for articles that way. Just like very hands-on. No AI here, folks.
Gosh, I yeah, that's so cool. I'm
So cool.
love it.
Yeah, so she'll be doing a lot of like history kind of focused things. Some maybe some literary stuff. So that's Heather. And then we have Molly Van Alstyne. She wrote the fairy story of the Secret Garden in the April issue. In the May issue, she wrote To Be Marmee. She is going to be focusing on literary essays. And you'll see her in there occasionally, also full of wonderful ideas. So that's kind of like our recurring writer lineup. And with this lineup between them and our team, it works out pretty well that like everyone does one article an issue. Space for maybe one or two guest writers and bada bing, bada boom.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, which is um I'm just really excited for where we're gonna go with this group of writers because we have some big ideas and yeah, I think it'll be really fun.
I mean, yeah, I mean, like way behind the scenes, like right now we are talking about year two papers. So, we can't really spill this.
Yeah.
We can't spill the tea. But like our head is like we're thinking big picture, big ideas right
Yeah.
now. We haven't like we're thinking way up here. We haven't come down yet to actually plan content, but I will say we are making great effort to make year two fresh and exciting, make you want to come back and resubscribe. We don't want it to feel repetitive. It's gonna be so good.
Yeah.
So good.
I
We're gonna
want
be
to talk
talking
about
about
it.
year two between now and September. It's like every
Yeah.
because we're just excited.
We are excited and that's where, yeah, like you said, that's where our brains are at because we have to gotta work ahead and these ideas that we're throwing out there for year two are gonna probably take even more time to like develop and really get them where we want them and
hmm
which is even more exciting
Yeah.
because it's just like we're taking ourselves even deeper. Like, can we push ourselves
hmm
to bring in new aspects to our writing and our editing and the paper?
Yeah, we just really want to challenge ourselves and not just like going beyond like simple concepts and going into things that do take more research and do take more time and that you can't just like in an afternoon sit down and write. That are a lot more time intensive. And that's a challenge we're taking onto ourselves. But yeah, we just like we want to be good writers. We want to provide our readers with good writing, and that takes effort.
Hmm.
So
Yeah.
we are putting in the effort for you folks.
Yeah.
And we're having fun.
Yeah. It is. It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of
Yeah,
fun.
that braiding hair article in one of our summer issues. Uh Doing all the research, it was so I wish I had more time to do more.
Yeah.
It was a delight.
You can put more into a Substack.
Oh, that's a good idea. Which, yeah, so that's like one idea we've been tossing around. Let us know your thoughts, but we kind of started a Substack.
Kinda.
Kind of. We're talking about, I mean, because I mean, with having so many writers, like we have more ideas than we have room for, and we just want to be highly selective what goes into the paper. So we've talked about putting out some like exclusive stuff on the Substack, putting some more like one of our gals just wrote a piece on like she went and watched a printing, wrote a piece on it. We're talking about putting that out there if you want to learn more about like how the printing press works, what offset printing is, yada yada. And Substack felt like a really good, easy, accessible place for that. I don't think we're going to charge for that,
Mm-mm.
correct? No.
No, it'll be free. And I
Yeah.
think it's just another, like it's social media in a way, but also not. And it's just part of our
A
quest to
whole
get,
different group of people.
yeah. And it's just part of our quest to kind of disengage from short form content.
hmm
We want longer form content. That's what we're all about, obviously. And so that's what Substack is for.
hmm
See if we can, yeah,
Yeah.
utilize it in a good way.
Yeah, we'll see. we'll see what we can keep up with, but we're
Yeah.
always throwing out ideas, see what sticks.
Yes, we are.
Yeah. So, yeah, so I mean that's kind of like the direction you'll be seeing summer moving in. It will really start hitting hard with year two. I think also a benefit of this that I was thinking about, I was talking to a gal, to one of our subscribers in Australia today, and I was just thinking through like this year one, we've really heavily been leaning into the seasons. Well, I love that, and there will probably always be like some minor draws
Always,
on
yeah.
that. It's like we are starting to get readers who are in the other hemisphere, and so
Yeah, it's different.
it's different. And maybe it's just not a good fit for them. That's fine. We're not gonna like overly cater ourselves to that, but it's also kind of just like, yeah, how can we better ourselves? How can we honor our audience and the people who are wanting to engage with us? And yeah, we have some really, really good ideas as to how these papers can expand beyond just like simple seasonal themes. And I think that will also start to become applicable to like, I don't know, all generations. I don't
Yeah.
know. Our husbands pick them up and enjoy them. Our brothers pick them up
Mm,
and enjoy them. I mean, like,
I think a lot of people, a lot of different walks of life, men, women can enjoy our year two stuff. I think
hmm.
where they're topics that are universal. That's
Yeah,
all
we
I'll
can't give
say.
away too much.
But it'll be good.
Yeah,
So.
yeah. And we have like, I don't know.
We can give away too
I don't
much
know,
as
we're
we're
giving away
giving
too much.
away, as we're just
Yeah.
divulging our secrets to you right now.
And while we're on the topic of secrets, we have another secret brewing.
I wondered if we were going to talk about that.
Um, Go check out our website. New website. We'll come back to that. There's some hints. See if you can figure it out.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
The formal announcement to this surprise will be before year two. This will be end of May. We're planning on announcing. So, stay tuned.
Yeah. And while you're on the website, you can go check out our community pages. That's been something we've just loved. And as we move to having recurring writers, that our community pages will always be a spot where you can submit completed works to be published in the community pages.
Yeah, because I think this is probably the biggest question we'll receive now because we do receive so many emails of people wanting to write, sending in works, people interested in contributing. I mean, that's probably one of the most frequent messages we get. And we always want to be a space to allow people to like see their work in print, have an outlet to like, yeah, I mean, be published. Um, and with having the bulk part of our issues being more kind of like a set team, that's where, yeah, the community pages really comes in. And that's one of the reasons why we moved to it, including the insert now. So if you've received April and May, you've experienced it, we now have that half page insert. One side is classifieds and puzzles, one side is community pages. With doing that, we can fit in way more community submissions. Um, like even July's I'm working on, it does kind of even bleed onto the classifieds page because we had so many good ones. So we have space to publish your works if you're wanting to contribute. That can be anything from essays, um, poetry, even just like photos with little excerpts. There's really no limitations to it. You
Mm-hmm.
put the limitations on yourself.
Yeah, and we have started including on the website kind of our general themes for upcoming
Yes,
issues. If that just sparks something for you, or you feel like you have something that would really fit with those themes, it's just helpful to have, I think, yeah, general guidelines like we've talked
hmm.
about. And the stuff that we have had submitted since we've implemented that has been
Really top tier.
amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there is something about just structure provides room for freedom and
Hmm.
creativity, and that's what we're experiencing.
Yeah. So, okay, so kind of like the process is you can go on our site, you can look at the themes, there's a form there, you can submit your work through the form, or you can directly email telegraph@lottura.com with your submission. I have like a place where I organize it all. So I plug it in and I keep it on file. And every time I go to put together an issue, I go through all of our submissions and I pull what I think fits best with the issue, just puzzles together well. So, I mean, like we had one gal in like November submitted spring photos. And I emailed her 5 months later, like, hey, we're using one of your photos. So, like, if you haven't heard from us in a long time, we could just be sitting on it. But if we select your work, we will contact you, let you know. Like right now, I think like last week I emailed our June people. And yeah, and then you can see your work in print. So
Hmm.
that's kind of the process. There has been a couple times where we have received, specifically in our June and July issues, where we received some community submissions that we just felt were super top tier, and we had some space open up in the main issue. And so we actually moved them into the main issue, and those are now like a guest writer of the issue. So if you're wanting to contribute to our paper more at large, it's like a really good starting point because then we too can get more familiar with your work. And if you want pointers and you want us to like we're happy to help. Like we want you to grow. And I mean, yeah, just keep putting like your best work forward and maybe eventually whether it's like your second time or your fifth time, maybe we'll be like, hey, do you want to be a guest writer?
Hmm.
So if that's what you've been wanting, that's kind of the process, largely just in part to the amount of submissions we're working with. Like our space is limited, so we have to, yeah.
Yeah, we do get a lot, more than we could have ever imagined when we started this. Like, it's crazy. And we appreciate every single one of them, and we read and look at every single one of them, even if it doesn't make it into the paper. So,
Yeah, they all get read, they all get
yeah.
enjoyed.
Hmm.
So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Audience of at least 9 over here. But yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, that's our community page on our site to come back to. We have a new website. And you may be like, didn't you just have a new website? And we're like, yeah, we
Yeah.
sure did.
Small business life.
So we had our new website launch in January.
Was it already that long ago?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Time's flying.
Time's flying. We had our new website launch. Loved it. Nothing wrong with the like absolutely beautiful. Loved it. The issues were the back end stuff. We
Hmm.
just were not using the correct platform for what we were wanting to do. We were having issues with customer accounts, people being able to access their information, subscription info. Yeah, it just was kind of like being a headache. And so we're like, you know what, we're just gonna have to bite the bullet and we're just gonna have to transition to something different to give our customers and our readers the best experience possible. So we have a new website
Hmm. And it's beautiful. It launched today
today as we're recording.
as we're recording.
As
Um, yeah.
yeah,
So go check it out. And
mildly stressful launch day, if any of you were curious.
unplanned launch.
Unplanned launch day. Our old website crashed and was not working. And where I was like, well, I was almost done with the new one, so let's try and get it up. And it was just a lot. We did it, I think.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
if anyone has issues, let us know. We will help you. We will get it fixed. And like if you're a past subscriber, you won't be able to access your old customer account.
Yeah.
Um, but if you want to know more of the why, we'll be sending out an email.
Yeah. It really shouldn't affect you
No.
until you go to renew your subscription.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, because anyone who was on auto renew is no longer on auto renew.
yeah.
So when your year comes up, you'll have to actually go in, but we will send emails. We will remind you.
Yeah.
Um, and your experience will be way better.
Yeah.
Way better. So,
Genuinely way better.
yeah, we'll be able to like, this was a big thing for me. We'll be able to send out like really consistent emails when each of your month's issues mail, which we were
Yeah.
not able to easily do before, and it was a pain in the butt. Now we
Yes.
can.
Yes. Because a lot of the questions that we get are, hey, I ordered on, let's say, April 11th, which would be your May issue, which doesn't send until the end of the month. And I get why that is, you'd be expecting it when you order it, blah, 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 whatever.
Mhm.
But through the new website, we can really easily tell people, hey, it shipped today,
Yep.
and you can expect it in 2 to 3 weeks from today instead of people just guessing because we
Yep.
had no way to communicate that. So
Yep.
that is good.
Yep.
That
So
is great.
hopefully we'll help eliminate some of our customer service emails so that we have more capacity for other things. There were just a lot of reasons, even though the process has been slightly overwhelming and a little bittersweet. It does look really good.
Hmm.
So,
Yeah.
and we also had to like move to a better structure to be able to support our
The new,
surprise.
yeah. Yeah.
Dun dun dun.
I want to say so much. I want to say so much, but I can't say anything.
Which I will say this, we will have a whole episode dedicated to the surprise
Yeah.
in 3 weeks, I
Yep.
think. End of the month, end of May.
Yeah.
Stay tuned.
Yeah. Yep. I'm pumped. So to kind of go back to where we started with being a publication, not a platform, we just really want to hone in on like why that's important for us and what we're doing and make that really clear. When we started this, we didn't know what it was going to become, and it was really exciting to have so many guest writers that believed in our mission, and we want to thank them for like how they helped us form our voice and who we are and helped us find it. And I think we're so grateful for that. And we're also so grateful for where we're going and the people that are still supporting us into this new kind of, not new, just again, like continually pushing us where we were always meant to go. I want to go back to that and just, yeah, we
Yeah.
appreciate everyone that has contributed because our first 7, 8 issues, they're always going to be like our babies that started this all off for us.
Hmm. Yeah. Always like a very, very special spot for those issues. Yeah, and I think like you said it well, it's a matter of like what are our goals as the Lottura team, as you and me, as me as the founder, like what is the vision? And like when I think about this, frankly, in 5 years, 10 years, because that's how I envision it, it's like what do I want it to be? And I want it to just be just this rich source of literature and art and I just have a very, very high standard in my mind. And I believe that we can attain it. Like, I don't think it's unattainable. I think, things that are lasting take time. And I think that's why I'm not ashamed of the process we've taken at all, because I'm like, we cannot get to the tier I want if we don't go through all of that. And I mean, I'm sure things are going to continue to shift because that's just what life is. I mean, you're always shifting and ebbing and flowing.
Hmm.
It's just really beautiful to see us stepping into really, I think what some of our initial goals were, it was probably lack of confidence,
Hmm.
lack of experience. None of us had ever been in publishing before. And so you just do what you can with the resources you have. And now we're adjusting and we're like, oh, we have a greater capacity. We can totally do this.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and yeah, our team has been working together for longer. We're getting into a rhythm. It's just everything's running efficiently. We can
Yep.
do this. So
Mm-hmm.
we we're in this for the long haul, y'all.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And so going forward, you will hear us maybe a little bit more often. We might not take so many like breaks in this podcast. It might be more of a, we're just gonna
Yeah, I
keep you
mean,
up to
let's
date.
let's talk about that
Yeah.
for a second.
Oh, let's shout out Abby.
WorkWomb.
Yeah. This is
Abby
her.
Miller. This is her. Abby Miller of WorkWomb. If you are a small business owner in need of some business support, Abby's your gal.
Mm-hmm.
She is a gem. You may have recognized her name because she had a classified ad in the April issue. She's gonna have another one in the June issue. We've been able to work with her, and she was like, "Y'all, what are you doing? People like your podcast. Maybe you should stop taking breaks."
Oh.
Oh, because I
Yeah.
think we're still like, oh,
You like this?
you're
You
like
like
this.
listening to us? No, it's fun. We enjoy doing this. We
Oh yeah, it's a
enjoy
blast.
like yeah, we hang out.
This is great for a long distance friendship
Yeah.
because it gives us an excuse to hang out and have like long form conversation.
That's not just about work.
Yeah,
Except it is, but
it
like
is, but it's not.
it's not. Yeah.
Like,
Whatever. Check
no.
out Abby. She's great.
Yes, yes,
It's
but she did recommend that we consider, she's like, your guys' kind of thing is like being reliable, being grounded, being whatever. And so
and
we're
then you
like,
guys, yeah. She's like, and then you guys just like disappear from your podcast. Oh yeah, yeah,
like, yeah, we kind of do.
yeah,
And I mean, to be fair, a lot of that is because we're learning our capacity.
yeah,
You have a lot going on. I have three kids I'm home with.
yeah,
Um, so we've been trying to figure it out. But per Abby, so you can, give her the thanks. We
yeah.
are going to be, we are going to become more regular, and we're saying this now so that we hold ourselves to it.
Yes, yes.
We decided that like a actual realistic schedule for the podcast would be to do every other week.
Mm-hmm.
So you can count on us every other Monday from now on. I sat down and I planned through the end of the year.
Mm-hmm.
So it's
Yeah,
happening.
yeah. Yep. It'll be like a lot of this behind the scenes, but also maybe some guests, and
Yes.
maybe we'll expand on some topics that we're writing about. Maybe you'll see one of our husbands
Mm.
or both.
Or
There's,
both.
I feel like there's no
We
chance
can
of getting
really,
it.
we gotta get him.
We'll see.
Tell him
That's not
Josh will
his
be
thing.
there. Um, they can stand like out of the camera, but you only hear their voices. They're the ones who would really lay out the juice on us.
Yeah.
If you've been wanting to get to know us,
Yeah.
convince our husbands.
hmm Just a 1 hour roast session, really, is probably what it would end up being, but it'd be fun. It'd
It
be,
would be fun.
hmm. Hmm. But anyway, that's what you can expect from us. It'll be fun. We'll laugh. Yeah, you'll get to just kind of get more insight into us and how we work and why we love what we're doing. Yeah,
And
that's
we'll
really,
eventually reveal all of our secrets.
yeah. You have to kind of stay tuned though, because
Yeah,
yeah, can't share anything, no matter how badly we want to.
no matter how badly. Because frankly, it's all we can think about and talk about right now. So to like
Yeah,
hold it back is like,
I know.
oh, but
Yeah,
it'll come in the right
yeah.
time.
Yep, yep. So thanks for hanging out with us, and we'll see you next time.